Hi! Hi guys! Welcome back to my cooking channel. I know I haven't uploaded in about 4 months, but that's because I've been going to SDSU. And while I love my Trappy Dorm kitchen and the other kitchens I've been cooking in, they aren't exactly super ideal for filming. So I decided I would wait till I got back home to film my YouTube videos. I'm going to be uploading a lot more, and my first upload I decided I wanted to do was my homemade meatball recipe. I've actually made this in the dorms for people and they love it. It's super simple and amazing, and if I can make it in the Trappy Dorm, then anyone can make it anywhere. I'm telling you this. Okay, let's get started, and I can't wait for you guys to watch this video. Now please, before I continue, please subscribe to my channel. Our ingredients for our homemade meatballs. So basically, it's super simple. You're just going to combine all of this into one large bowl and then form balls. So I am going to set this aside and start combining my ingredients. So first, I'm going to add in my meat, and I did 5 Italian sausages, and then I decased them, so we're just going to add that in to our bowl. And then I'm doing 2 pounds of lean ground beef, so 15% fat and 85% lean. And then I'm going to put about 3/4 of a cup chopped bread in here. Then this bread makes it very moist and gives it more of that soft texture of your meatballs. Then I'm going to put 1/2 cup of Italian breadcrumbs. Next, I'm going to add, which is my favorite, gives it a richness, and this is what I add in to my recipe, is 1 cup of freshly grated Parmesan cheese. And then I'm going to add my spice blend, and this spice blend includes 2 teaspoons of salt, 1 teaspoon oregano, 1 teaspoon garlic salt, and 1/2 teaspoon of red pepper flakes. And then I'm going to add in my herbs and my garlic. So the most essential thing to my meatballs is lots of garlic. I like lots of garlic in my meatballs. So I did 6 cloves of garlic and I crushed them so they're really fine like this. And then we've got 1/2 cup of parsley, very finely chopped. And then I had 6 basil leaves I chopped as well. So we're just all going to combine this in. It's going to give a beautiful color. Next, this is my secret ingredient to making the most juicy meatballs ever, and it's heavy whipping cream. It's very fattening and gives it that juiciness that a lot of times is missing in meatballs that I find. So I did 1/2 cup of heavy whipping cream and then 2 whole eggs, and the eggs act as a binding agent, so it helps form your meatballs so they don't fall apart. So now I'm just going to combine this all together by hand. But I'm really going to get in here and it's going to be really messy, and that's okay. We're just going to combine this all together using your hands. Wash your hands before you do this. So I want to cohesively form all the ingredients together. This is what your mixture is going to look like when it's done. It's nicely incorporated. Now you can use your hands, but I like to just use a large ice cream scoop so I can get them approximately the same size. And I like to fill it that big. This just helps with cooking. I'm making these really big, so I want them to be approximately the same size, and they can cook at the same rate, which is very important. So they're going to look like that. So we're just going to continue to do that until we fill up this whole sheet pan. Okay, they're done. These are our meatballs, and they're approximately the same size. You don't have to make anything perfect, but they're super cute. And I made them really big because they actually shrink when you cook them. So I want them to be quite large. Our recipe makes 24 large-sized meatballs, so that's really good. And if you don't want to make all of these, because it's kind of a lot, you can actually put half of them in the freezer and make half of them. And then you can have homemade meatballs whenever you want. So that's the great thing about this recipe. Now that our oil is nice and hot, as you can hear, I'm going to turn my burner down to medium heat, and I'm going to place my meatballs in. And I'm just going to let them brown on each side for about 1 to 2 minutes. So don't move them because they'll stick. So wait for them to brown on this side for about 2 minutes. Now I'm going to turn these over because they've gotten a nice caramelization and brown on the first side we put. As you can see, look at that. Nice caramelization we have on our meatballs. We're just going to continue to turn them. You don't want to burn your meatballs at all, so I'm going to give them a turn. And then we're going to continue to brown on the other side for another 2 minutes. Okay, once your meatballs are brown, turn your stove to low and you're going to add in your marinara sauce. This is just some homemade sauce that I have. Just basically coat over your meatballs. So I'm just going to shake my pan like this. And you want the sauce to get under the meatballs. And then coat your meatballs in all the sauce. And then I'm going to put this on low, medium heat. And I'm going to let this simmer. So our meatballs are done. Ooh! Look at that. So gorgeous. I'm going to give this sauce a nice toss. And then look, oh my god, gorgeous. And then we've got some pasta to go with it that I just took off the oven. So I'm going to serve this up and our meatballs are done.
I need a ride in the Lambo. I need a ride. I need a benzo. I need a ride in a Lambo. I need a ride in a Lambo.
Okay, so our pasta is finally done with our meatballs. This is my homemade spaghetti and meatball recipe, and I love it so much. I've already sampled. If you don't know, I am a pasta addict. I could eat pasta for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and I do because technically carbonara is breakfast, spaghetti and meatballs can be lunch, and then a short rib ragu can be dinner. Like, easy. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and go follow me on Instagram at live_aloha_. Thank you guys.